Time again for another installment of The Basics, and on today's show I want to talk to you about Tribble cards. These were introduced in the Tribble with Tribbles expansion. They are meant to be used in conjunction with the Tribble cards in your Tribble side deck. So I will explain how they work, where to use them, and why you may or may not want to use these cards in your deck. Let's get started, shall we? Now, Tribble-related cards are not everybody's cup of tea. I've experimented with the Tribble side deck. It's fun. I'm not the biggest fan, to be honest with you. I actually prefer playing the Tribbles as their own CCG. That's a heck of a lot of fun. But, moving right along, the Tribble cards themselves are meant to be used hand in hand with the Tribbles in your Tribble side deck. Before we get too far ahead, you require the storage compartment door, which is a doorway card to initiate your Tribble side deck, which contains the Tribbles, of course, in different multiples ranging from 100, 1,000 and higher up to 10,000, 100,000. And then you will use Tribble cards. So how the Tribble cards work is very simple. Using your side deck, you may play one Tribble card per turn where there are Tribbles existing. So you've already played your Tribbles. They're breeding, they're present on either a ship or a station, and you have a variety of different Tribble cards, and I'll go through a couple of them. So, Tribble in the engine room. So if there's 100 Tribbles present on a ship, reduces that ship's weapons and range -1. If there's 1,000 on a ship, it's stopped after each of its moves unless 3 engineer are aboard. If at an ore processing unit, suspends process ore. So of course this can work on your NOR, your MPOC NOR, Deep Space Nine, Terok NOR, where there are sites present and things going on within those sites. Tribble on the bridge. 100 on a ship, suspends attribute enhancements related to its matching commander. So Captain's Log would be thrown out the door at this case. 1,000 where present, limits each mission attempt to 10 personnel. Tribble in the transporters. 100 or Tribble bomb, and there are cards that explode the Tribble populations, which is Tribble bomb. On a ship or facility, when any personnel moves away from this group, up to 10 of this group's Tribbles and or your Tribble bomb present may go with that personnel, then you discard the Tribble card. So it's like a never-ending Tribble issue with this card. It just follows you around. And finally, Tribble on the station. This is mainly for sites and facilities. 1,000, just after this group breeds, up to 100 of its Tribbles may spread, in brackets, move to an adjacent site or into, out of a facility, or a landed, docked, or carried ship. Discard the Tribble. Basically, you're infesting everything within range to breed more Tribbles, and then it just gets worse and worse. 10,000 at Bajoran Shrine prevents conducting services. So, I guess because the Bajorans are just so freaking chill that you need a hell of a lot of Tribbles before they really give a damn. That is the gist of the Tribble cards. They're fun to use if you really want to piss off your opponent with a Tribble side deck and just start infesting him with Tribbles so he can't do much, whereas you can be scoring points in the background. It can be a lot of fun. Disclaimer, Tribble cards and Tribble side decks drastically slow down the game. This is the reason why when the Tribbles expansion first came out, I only used them for a brief time. A few friends of mine, which was my Star Trek CCG circle at the time, we did experiment and we maybe got through 6 or 7 games and decided to stop using Tribbles and the Tribble cards. That being said, if you don't have any Tribble cards or Tribbles or not enough to build a side deck, then don't worry about it. If you do use the Tribble side deck, you might want to make sure you have multiple copies of each Tribble card so you have a good variation of what you're going to use and where you're going to use it. Keep as many multiples as Tribble cards as the side deck allows, and just experiment with it. Maybe play some non-competitive games with a couple friends first, just to see how far you can take the Tribbles and the Tribble. That's what myself and my friends did. We actually played 2 rounds where we were not out to score points per game. We were just testing out either the Tribble side deck or another side deck. Sometimes it's fun to do that. You don't always have to play for points. Testing out certain aspects of the game could be more advantageous to having a competitive game playing for points. You can always play for points later once you get it figured out. Have a great day, everybody.